So this screen you see here is an authentication screen. You can see that we have some login information here, and I'll be showing you how to design this screen, and in the process you also get to learn what containers, rows, as well as columns are. It's nice. So you can see that we have a text, first text here, and then we have a second text. Next one is a button. You can see we have a line here, a text and a line, and we have a button here, but this one comes with different design. It comes with some border lines, and the inside is there's a picture and it says continue with Facebook. It's just like logging into a Facebook. I'll be showing you how to design this, and without further ado, let's get started. Right, so the next thing we have to take care of is that we have to create a project on the Flutterflow. So we come here to create new. So you click on create new. Let's give our project name. Let's make it Pro 12. It's nice. And then you click on create blank. Since we will not be connecting through the Firebase, you can see from here that there is certain Firebase. We will not connecting this project to Firebase, so we click on skip. And that is it over here. Now we want to design this. So the first thing we do is that we want to start from scratch, and because of that we have to delete all the element that is on the screen. Now we come to this widget tree. Now you see we have a text, and you can see that it's highlighted here, and we have the up bar, the voting, and we have the column. So we delete everything on it by pressing delete on the keyboard, and we move forward. So we'll delete. Yeah. Alright. So to start with, let's come here. You see the display device here. We want to click so that we get a mobile frame around this design. That is sweet. Now let's move on. You come here. That is the widget. We want to add widget. The first thing we want to add is a container. So this is a container. Container on top here. Alright. Now we want to cover this container. We want to cover it all over the page, all over our screen, as we can see with the dimension of 390 by 844. So we click on this container. We move to the left side. So we move to the right side, and then we come down. So we see property, container properties. We come here, we have the width and the height. Now let's change this one to 390. And now let's change this one to 844. So you see it has covered the whole screen. Now let's come to here. I have to place some code here for the color. Let's copy this one. And like here, let's click on the container once again. Then come down. We are looking for gradient. So this is the gradient because we want to add two colors. Alright, so this is the color one. Let's change it. I've already copied the first one. Now paste this one here, and then that is it. Now let's copy the next. This is the next color. Copy. Come to the second color. Copy and paste it there. Alright, so that is it. That is it. Okay. I think we are making progress. Now we come here, there's a text here, and there's a curve from the edge to down. So we want to add something, a text. But before we do, let's add a column. Let's add a column. A column, we wouldn't be able to add a text, so remember. So example, a column is this. So it's telling us that the items that will be added will be moving down. That is column because the items will be moving vertically. It's moving vertical. It's moving down. So then the next thing that we have to do is that we have to add text on this one. Okay, now let's come here and copy this text. Now the text font is DM Psalms 26, that is the size, and there's the color. We will come and copy the color. Now let's move top. So on the top here, this is the text hello. This is the initial color, initial text given. So let's replace it. Alright. Yes, so that is it. Now let me copy the color here. So let's come down. So this is the text color. Let's change it to this color. Let's use the color so it's clear. Let's change the text to 26. That is nice. Now we want to drop it down, so we come to the pattern and alignments on the top. Let's make it 150. Let's input 150. That is nice. So that is the first thing. You can see that is the first thing. Now let's give some pattern from down of the text. Let's make it 30. So we are just adding some space down here to also add this text. So we want to add this text. Let's come down. Let's add another to the column. Let's add it. Now let's come here and copy this text. Now we come here. Alright, so let's paste it there. Let's come and change the text color. What is the text color? Let's change. I think we went in for this one. Let's use this one. Now you see this is a little bold, so let's change the font weight to 200 to reduce the weight. Right, sweet. Now let's come down. Let's align it here. But there is a space. So check here. There is a space here and there's a space here. So how do we get a space? Let's go to the top. Here on the left, let's make it 30. Let's add padding 30. That is good. Now on the right, let's add 30 from here. It's better now. It's better now. Alright, so that is the first design. Alright, so you can see that the next one is this particular design. This first one is a column and there's a text, and then the next one, let's start with the container here. Container here. Now let's change the width of the container. Come here. Let's add 110. And then let's take this one from the height. Alright, so that the height is off. So this is the container. Now let's come to the widget tree. So this is the container. Alright. Now let's right click this one and we'll wrap it. Wrap it with what? Let's say we'll wrap it with a row. So as I said earlier, you can decide to go for a row first, then later on add it. And now let's go to add a child widget. Next. So that is it. For example, I think we added 2 text. Let's delete this one. Okay. Let's delete this one. Okay, so I come down to the widget. This is the container. Now let's duplicate the container. Right click the container and go to duplicate. And then move. Let's scroll down here. Okay, so let's Now let's take this container and then go down. So now this is how it goes. That is nice. So let's change this one to text. Let's change it to the word or capital. Now let's add a pattern of 10 to the left and the right. We are just spacing out these things you see here. Alright. So let's add 10. So we add extra space here. Now let's increase this one to 600. Let's change the color to white. I think this one will do. Alright, now let's click on the row and let's center it. Alright, so that is how to design this particular thing. You can decide to increase the font size of this. You can decide to increase it, but all the same, it's the same thing. Let's make it 18. That is nice. Okay, so this is how to design it. Let's proceed with the bottom here. There's the bottom. Alright, so let's come here. Now we go for button. There's button here. Okay. Now when you come down here, button comes in the size of 300 by 56. So let's go to the dimensions. Right. So okay, let's select the button. So this is it. So 300 and the height is 56. There's 56. Alright. Now when you come here, it has a radius of 16. So let's come down. The radius is 8. Let's make it 16. Let's type 16 there. So you see there's an edge here. Alright, there is when you come here, get started here is here. So let's just type in get started. So look for where it is written. So this is the button. So let's just type in. Alright, so that is get started. And let's come here. Let's copy this text. Let's go down. And let's change the font color to this one. Go there, let's see how it goes. Okay, that is fine. And there's a gap here on the top. So let's come to the pattern. So let's add a pattern to the top. Let's make it let's give it 30. Alright, so this is how to design the pattern. Alright, now let's go for this particular one, the login theme. Okay, so let's start with the container. The container is 327 by 54. Come here. Let's go for a container. So let's drop out 327 by. So let's select the container. Let's come down. Select the container. So 327 by 54. I think it's 54. Okay, it's 56. Now let's select the text. Okay. Now you see this is more or less like a box rectangle. So let's make it a pattern of 16. That is the radius of 16. You see there's a change here. You see there's a fill color which is white. Let's clear the inside color. Clear. Alright, now we have the border color. Let's paste the border color that I just copied. Alright, so let's paste the color, use this one. Okay, now let me add 30 down, 30 on the top to push it down. Alright, that is it. Now the next thing is that we want to add a row, because you see this is a picture and this is a text which is moving horizontal. So let's go for a row, drop a row. That is it. So the next thing is that let's add an image to this. Now the image is selected. Let's come to the width and make it 22 by 22. Now let's go to the top. Let's move it away from the edge of this one. Let's make it 20 away. That is good. Now the next thing is that we will be fixing the picture. So let's come here. And the image type is network. Let's select assets. Now let's click upload image. Okay, see here. Let's upload that one. So while it's still uploading, let's go for our text and drop our text. Okay, so we still have our Facebook logo. Now let's copy this. Okay, I think we do not have access. What is here? Continue with Facebook. Let's see if you copy this one, but that's fine. Let's just type in there. Okay, so you said continue with Facebook. Okay, continue with Facebook. Alright, now you see the logo or the image and the text are very close, so let's just add some padding. Let's make it 10 here to separate it from there. Alright, so that is better. Now let's come down here. Let's make this one 16. Okay, and let's change the color. I think this white will do. Oh, that is sweet. Alright, I think it's on the left side, so let's select the row and let's set the object in there. That is nice. So that is it. Now I think this one is a little let's change it to, let's reduce it to 300 text color. Let's illustrate. I think the first one was okay. But all the same, I think since you will be able to know how to design this, that wouldn't be a problem. Alright, so that is it.